I wanted to be an architect since I was very young, and I studied architecture in university, but I've always had an interest in film and computers as well. So after I started working with them together, it made a lot of sense to move into more 3D and then 3D animation, because this way I got to mix architecture, film and computers all in one. I think it really depends on what their interests are in, because in filmmaking in general there are a lot of different roles that you could take, and if you're interested in directing films, then learning about all aspects of them is really important. But if you're really just interested in the 3D element, then just practicing that is the main goal. But I think it's just about practice. It's just about doing, trying it again and again, and most importantly doing it on projects, like actually looking to create something at the end that you can show to people, and just repeating those actions. I think, I don't know, like tutorials or learning the tools is important, but it's not any good unless you actually use them in practice. So trying to practice as much as possible and create content. So. I think it depends on what their interests are in. I think if you're really passionate about 2D animation, then just focus entirely on that, and there will be work, and you can do just 2D animation, and that will work out well. If you really like 3D animation, go for that. But if you are more of a generalist, you just like mixing things up, you like using a lot of different software, the best place for that is small companies, where you do get to always change and always learn new things. It really depends on what your interests are in and where you want to go. If at the end you want to become a director of these films, if that's your goal, then learning about every piece of it. But if you are just really interested in creating beautiful 3D, then you can just go into that. But if you want more specifically, like how you get good at 3D or how you get good at those skills, I mean, as I said, working on projects, but I mean, courses, I took an architectural course, I learned about architecture, but at the same point I did a lot of film work because that's what I liked, that's how I presented my work. And I think, university courses or other courses can help you really focus on doing that work, because you have a deadline, you have a goal to meet, and a project with a brief and everything, so you can't just sort of put it off. Whereas working from home, unless you're super into it, you might not push yourself as hard, and you won't have the people to ask the questions. So if you can work in a group, whether that's at interning at a company or working in a university, whatever the atmosphere is, I think that really can help.